quality air, and that lets you save health care.
True Form Life.
Green lookalike.
We're back with another edition of Exploring Mind and Body. As always, I'm your host, True Form's Drew Tadia, fitness expert. What's going on today's show? I'm talking about the importance of what you surround yourself with. I'm going to bust some myths about calcium, and I've got some exciting news you're not going to want to miss out on. All that and so much more coming up on...
This is Exploring Mind and Body with True Form's Drew Tadia, fitness expert on 96.5 CKFM.
This segment brought to you by Complete Truth Protein Powder. Live free, live true with whole natural foods. No additives, preservatives, soy, gluten, and dairy free. Supplement with superfoods to energize your day. Visit CompleteTruthProtein.co for details.
I was driving around the other day and noticed something that I usually wouldn't notice. It was what the inside of my car looks like. I think more times than not, we don't notice things that are normal to us, but aren't normal to other people. I often talk about what surrounds us, who surrounds us, the kind of influence people have on us, or more so, the kind of influence we let others have on us. In our environment, what are constant reminders or positive influences, and what are not so positive? How do we prepare, if at all? Do we pack the night before? Do we carry healthy foods and workout clothes with us? These are the things we should consider when we think about living a healthy lifestyle. I know most people don't think about health or weight loss as a lifestyle. If that wasn't the case, weight loss supplements wouldn't always be on the top selling lists at most retail or online stores. I wanted to share this with you because it's important not only for me to share that I practice what I preach, but how easy we can make it on ourselves if we prepare a little, make an effort, and surround ourselves with whatever it is we want. Feeling a little proud for some reason or another, I look to the right side of my car as I get in. I see a gym bag, I see a True Form jacket, a yoga mat on the floor, a medicine ball, a bag of resistance bands, and an empty bottle of kombucha. So let's get into some details. To clear things up, the medicine ball and bag of resistance bands are for my occupation, so I wouldn't expect any person to carry props around with them, unless of course you're one of the few fitness extremists. And trust me, there are these people out there who carry around equipment all the time in case they find a cool spot driving by to exercise at. The kombucha, better known as kefir, is a homemade brew of fermented non-dairy grains that I grow and harvest myself. I won't get into too much detail, but I can't say enough about this drink. You can flavor it however you like, i.e. dried or fresh fruits. You know exactly what's in it, meaning it wasn't commercial made with all kinds of who knows what is in it. It contains enzymes, probiotics, it's raw, vegan, and to top all that off, if I ever have any kind of discomfort in my stomach with digestion or what have you, kefir makes it go away like it was never there. Moving on, my True Form labeled fitness jacket is something I'm still proud of, although I've had it for quite some time. Proud, more so because of what it represents more than anything else. We often wear another company's brand with knowing nothing about what the company stands for. To me, you are representing another company when you wear their clothing. I often wear clothes that aren't labeled with any brand name for this reason. Let's take one of the bigger athletic companies, for example. A company with billions that has been accused of slave labor, mass production, and distribution. The last couple there isn't anything wrong with if the first wasn't there. They have the ability, resources, etc., to cut some profit margins and build North American factories, employing thousands of local citizens that can't find work. Why don't these large companies do this? Because they're all about money and nothing else, driving profit margins up and reducing production costs. And that's all there is to it. So now, without knowing any better, but not willing to do the research, we advertise for a company, or companies for that matter, with little or no morals. I'm not saying the clothes I wear are a whole lot different, but I can tell you at some point they will, which is a long-term dream of mine, but another subject on its own. I can also tell you I won't be advertising on myself for an organization like that. Phew, that was a long-winded explanation, which again could be a whole nother subject. What I was getting at is I'm proud to wear the brand name. I'm proud to wear the True Form brand name because of what it represents, what it's about, and because I helped build what it stands for. So we're left with what's in the gym bag. I like to say always, but that's not entirely the case. Let's say I almost always carry a gym bag around with me because you never know when you can mix in a workout at the last moment. In the gym bag is a change of shoes, shorts, shirt, filtered water, which I always carry with me, a skipping rope, because with this simple, easy stored and transportable, old school prop, I can use it for a workout alone or to complement any workout. And lastly, trail mix, which I usually always take with me because it's a perfect snack in between meals. In previous segments or writings, I talked about widening your scope of success. So let's think about what we just went over here and how it translates to living a healthy lifestyle. I'm always surrounded with health and fitness props, let's say, every time I sit in my car. Instead of thinking or saying or forgot my gym clothes or shoes, which we know is only an excuse, I always have an extra pair with me, even if I'm not planning to work out. Water, filtered especially, has so many health benefits. One in particular is speeding up your metabolism, so why not carry a bottle with you? Along with speeding up your metabolism comes food and nutrients, which is exactly where trail mix comes from. Comes in because at times we forget or don't have time to have a meal. If you're always prepared, you never have to get ready. So there you have it. I hope me opening up my personal life as to how I stay prepared will be beneficial to help you live that healthy lifestyle you're looking for. Remember to take small steps. Be conscious of who and what you surround yourself with. Do your best to be prepared and focus on the positives, the little things that keep you moving forward. If you're interested on what the inside of my car looks like, you can find a picture of it in the blog section at trueformlife.com.
Exploring mind and body with Trueform's Drew Tadia would not be possible without the help from the following sponsors: AG Foods in Didsbury, CLC Fitness Center, Health Street in the Cornerstone Shopping Center Olds, and Shoppers Drug Mart, working together to help build a healthier tomorrow. For more information on Trueform Life, Drew Tadia, or how to become a sponsor of Exploring Mind and Body, visit trueformlife.com.
Let's talk about calcium in this segment because it seems like the subject is coming up a lot recently, particularly when I tell people I don't eat dairy. This isn't as big a deal as you think. I know most people have dairy in many of their meals, if not all of them, but if you look at non-dairy in a different light, you'll see this isn't impossible, and for some, it's not a life-changing decision. First of all, I always recommend baby steps when you're making a change in your life. Of course, some people are all or nothing, but I've found they become lifestyle adjustments if you take them slowly and progressively. The other factor of drastic changes is the stress it puts on your body. First of all, reasoning for non-dairy doesn't have to be too in-depth or complicated. I stopped eating dairy because through the research I've done, I feel most dairy products are simply unhealthy. Filled with antibiotics and hormones, how animals are treated, I made the decision to mostly stay away. And I'll explain mostly shortly. Then, of course, there's stomach acidity and alkalinity, and the simple explanation is to be at our optimum health, we want an alkaline stomach. Dairy causes the opposite reaction, which is acidic. So there's another reason I stay away from most dairy products. Quite some time ago, I decided to stay away from butter because it's a fat I didn't want in my body. I certainly wouldn't consider putting margarine in my body, so that was an easy transition. I don't use many things that would require butter. In fact, I didn't use much when it was in my diet, so again, that wasn't a big deal. I moved to olive oil when cooking, then coconut oil, and with these incredible non-Teflon pans I have, I usually only use water to cook now. Yogurt was a little more difficult because I like the taste of it. It goes good in the morning, and it seems to be easy on the stomach. I changed from yogurt to almond milk with different types of cereal, and after a short time, I didn't think about yogurt much at all. I've never been a big cheese person. Sure, I enjoy cheese like most other people, but never loved it. If I ever feel the need for cheese, I buy nutritional yeast, which to me tastes exactly the same. It's good for you and a perfect source of vitamin B12. Or I buy a small block of organic cheese, which makes any distant craving disappear instantly. Cottage cheese, on the other hand, was one of the hardest dairy foods to get rid of. It's low in calories, low in fat, high in slow digesting protein. That's why cottage cheese was the last dairy product I hung on to. There are a couple stipulations that I feel I need to confess. Again, I do have cheese once in a while, but I choose organic when I do. And then there's butter. One of my favorite movie snacks is and always has been butter on popcorn. I always use sea salt now, so that's a better choice. And when there's butter in the house, it's always organic, which doesn't mean it's healthy, but it does mean it's free of hormones and antibiotics non-organic dairy products would have. So back to the question of where does my calcium come from if I don't consume dairy on a regular basis? First of all, I have to compliment the dairy industry for the incredible marketing job they've done. In all seriousness, this industry is so powerful and influential, they've transformed conventional thinking in most people believing their product are both healthy for you and in some cases, the only place you can get certain nutrients from, i.e. calcium. If their industry started now, they certainly wouldn't have the same effect on our population given that this is the age of technology. It's the age of knowledge. We can look at case studies, research, and proven facts if we want to find something out, instead of believing exactly what's advertised in supermarkets, TV, and radio. But with so many other ways to reach, teach, and influence through commercials and advertisements, any industry nowadays would have a hard time making such a drastic influence as the dairy industry has. And don't get me wrong here, don't take my words out of context. I personally know people that have grown up on dairy farms. I have family members that are farmers and work in the industry. I'm not saying all dairy is bad for you, and I'm not preaching stay away. There are benefits to dairy products, and their industry really did do an amazing job of marketing. What I'm stating here is the way that I personally choose to live, why, and how, and to give you knowledge that there are other options to get the nutrients you need. What are some of these options? First, a quick fact to show some comparisons. The RDI, or recommended daily income for calcium, is 1,000 milligrams per day. 1 cup of cow's milk equals 250 to 300 milligrams. Let's start out with quinoa, because it's my personal favorite. Cup for cup, quinoa has more calcium in it than milk. Not only that, but this superfood has so many more nutrients and benefits. A few worth noting is magnesium, fiber, protein, iron, and zinc. 1 cup of almonds contains 378 milligrams of calcium. Sure, that's a lot of almonds. This is a great reason why I recommend carrying around homemade trail mix with you. Not only are almonds high in calcium, but they have other nutritional benefits that keep you strong and healthy. And with healthy snacking throughout the day, they'll keep your metabolism running and your body burning fat. 1 cup of collard greens contains just over 350 milligrams of calcium. And in this case, 1 cup of greens isn't a lot to eat in one sitting, whether it be for lunch or dinner. All you need to do is toss the greens in a steamer, and in a short time, they're ready to eat and jam-packed with calcium. Add some lemon and sea salt for flavoring, and you're ready to go. Then, of course, there's spinach. This health food has so many nutrients, and it's so versatile, it's hard to keep this green out of your diet. 1 cup of cooked spinach has just under 300 milligrams of calcium. It's easy to throw in eggs, a morning smoothie, any stir fry, and even pasta sauce. Add spinach to your diet for added nutrients, along with calcium. Other foods high in calcium worth noting are chia seeds, broccoli, sesame seeds, which are very high in calcium, even oranges, and with a high amount of vitamin C, it makes calcium more easily absorbed. You can find more information on calcium and foods at fitsugar.com or globalhealingcenter.com. So there you have it. All these foods thrown together offer a balanced diet, which is exactly what I tell people when they ask me where I get my calcium from. Even if you're a dairy lover or don't have any plans staying away from it in the near future, you can still supplement your diet with some of the foods just mentioned. The foods listed above are not just high in calcium. They have so many other nutrients to offer. So next time you're thinking about calcium or protein, think balanced. Enjoy the health benefits a variety of foods have to offer.
This segment brought to you by True Form Fitness for all your health and fitness needs. Personal training and group classes available locally. Visit trueformlife.com for details.
I recently took a trip to a much warmer place. Every time I go away, I find new energy and I find new inspiration, which isn't always a good thing. If you take a step back and look at the big picture, small things don't seem to bother you so much. Gossip seems to be put on the back burner, as it should be. Small problems or little things that bother you really don't mean much, not if you don't let them. I often talk about goals, and it's puzzling to me when most of the time people have no idea what they want